Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of the Eleusinian Society. For those of you who are celebrating Passover, Easter, or any other spring holiday this weekend or anytime soon, I hope you have a good one, I hope you have a safe one, and make sure to spend some time and enjoy it with your family. That being said, as most of you probably don't know, I have a pet rabbit. And this time of year is kind of a really big deal for rabbits. We have that wonderful, elusive rabbit that likes to run around and leave presents for people around this time of year. And it got me thinking, why do we celebrate that? Why do we have a rabbit and eggs at a time when most people are celebrating the resurrection of Christ? It doesn't make sense. So I did a little bit of research and this is what I found. Hopefully you enjoy it. For being a simple and commonly used symbol of the season, the Easter Bunny has quite a mysterious backstory that appeared seemingly out of nowhere. Easter in the Western world is a time following Passover, where Christians celebrate the Paschal mystery through the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. So, how did we come to accept a small furry woodland creature as the secondary icon of the holiday? Well, according to present-day records, the tradition of the Easter Bunny dates back to the 1700s, United States, where German immigrants brought over their seasonal tradition of an egg-laying rabbit, named Osterhaus. By the 1830s, approximately 4.25% of all immigrants in the United States were of German descent, only being beat out by the Irish at 4.5%. With both demographics being mostly made of Catholic and Protestant belief, Christian tradition was a commonplace among newly made U.S. citizens, but regional traditions also followed them overseas. To get a better idea as to the origin of Osterhaus, we must go back, way back into the history of Central Europe. The term Germanic peoples refers to post-500 BCE civilizations which existed in Northern Europe and parts of Eastern Europe. They practiced very similar traditions to surrounding Slavic and Anglo-Saxon regions, including the celebration of the pagan spring equinox. The observance of the changing of the seasons is a practice as old as humanity itself, with spring usually being associated with fertility and rebirth, in the time when the snows of winter receded into the greenery of a new year. Flora sprouted, fauna came out of hibernation to begin mating again, and because of this, the ancient peoples of Europe considered it to be a spiritual awakening of the soul. As time passed, many conquests were had. Traditions between the conquestors and the conquested became melded. A perfect example of this can be found in Egypt, where the invading Greeks imposed their religion on the Egyptians, but knew it couldn't be forced so suddenly. So, Zeus was melded together with Osiris to create a sort of remixed version by the name of Serapis. When the Romans invaded the Germanic peoples, the cultures blended and became something familiar, but somewhat different. In Greek and Roman mythology, the daughter of Zeus and Demeter, Persephone, later called Proserpina in Roman mythology, was an icon of the spring equinox and change from winter to spring. In my video about the Eleusinian mysteries, I go more in detail about her story, so go check that out if you haven't yet. As the Roman Empire crept into Northern Europe, the threshold between the two cultures met in the middle and created Ostara, formerly known as Oestura, the goddess of the spring equinox. When the Roman Empire officially became a Christian state in the 4th century, the pagan gods were abandoned and Jesus became the fill for Ostara, with his death bringing a rebirth to humanity and a symbol of forgiveness for their sins. But, where does the rabbit come into play? Well, the rabbit has been throughout history an emblem of fertility. Female rabbits are only fertile around 3 days out of the month. They have a pregnancy period of just 32 days. With the average litter size of 5 to 8 offspring every birth. Immediately after giving birth, rabbits can become impregnated again and the cycle continues. This means that hypothetically, rabbits can have around 50 to 75 offspring every year if they wanted to. The other symbol associated with Easter is the egg, which the Easter Bunny is said to deliver to small children. But wait, rabbits don't lay eggs. This is because the egg is yet another symbol of fertility and rebirth. Rabbit? Egg? Jesus? Just 3 days before the resurrection of Christ, he celebrated the Jewish Passover meal in commemoration of the spirit of death overlooking the Hebrew families in the time of Moses during the plagues. Because there is a long-standing tradition of Passover being celebrated, and a specific timing when it is practiced, Christians placed 3 days later to be the day of his rising from death. With this being so close to the spring equinox, the people of Northern and Western Europe observed collectively the two holidays as one, with Christ replacing Ostara. Add the ingredients of overcoming death through rebirth. Easter as we know it came to be, with Jesus, colored eggs, and that elusive gift-bearing rabbit all at the table together in celebration of the coming of warmer days and bountiful harvests. Thank you for joining us on another edition of the Eleusinian Society. According to YouTube analytics, most people who watch my videos are new and not following this channel. So it would be much appreciated if you could hit that subscribe button down below, maybe like a video or two, and share your comments. I'd love to hear if you have any ideas for new videos. Thank you.